Welcome to the QuickBooks Small Business Survival Guide. My name is Nick Williams, Head of Business Development of Intuit, and this session is intended to provide you with a toolkit to help your small businesses thrive. We look at how accountants, and with the onset of technology, can provide a practical solution to help small business. And at the end of this session, we'll provide you with a list of key questions to help your small business clients survive. Small business forms the foundation of the overall UK GDP. And when we think about this, in 2015 there was over 550,000 small businesses started in the UK. And that's added on to a group of in excess of 5 million small businesses, each of them delivering nearly 50% of the UK's GDP. But although the UK is a great place to start business, and we're seeing more and more startups join every single year, there are lots of problems ahead for small businesses. And what's actually very sad about that is when we look at all of those small businesses joining us, more than half of those businesses remain closed or fail in their first 5 years. And even worse, a third of those will fail in the first 2 years. So let's just try and understand, who are those UK small businesses? Well, we're all aware of these: the local shops, the startups, the ideas from someone's garage. But 3 out of 4 businesses here have only 1 employee. Many of them borrow money to get started, so almost £11,000 of capital is borrowed from friends and family. And many of these small businesses have never done any business planning or key performance measures before. So let's look at why more than half these businesses actually fail. Well, firstly, nearly 40% are unable to get bank lending. It's very difficult for small businesses now, need to be in sort of 2 to 3 years to even get a level of funding. Secondly, many of them don't understand the cost of running a business, which we'll explore shortly, but spending too much in the first few stages of their startup business on expensive premises, paying more for staff than necessarily needed. One of the key killers, 35% here, is cash flow and late payments. Not having instant payment, but being sort of beholden to nearly 90 days payment terms. And lastly, too much red tape. Small businesses aren't really able or aware of all of the key things that are coming down their way: auto-enrollment, the pensions regulators pushing their stager notes to them, the future of digital tax account. There is almost a tsunami of red tape, and this is where really they need to work closely with their accountant. Now, if we look at one of these issues first, let's look at a lack of bank lending. Back in Q2 2015, nearly £7 billion was lent to small businesses, which is not that much in consideration of the amount of small businesses out there. And that was actually down 11% from 12 months ago. Combined with that, more than half of small businesses actually don't even qualify or are unable to qualify for a bank loan. They need to demonstrate 2 to 3 years worth of P&L to actually get that allowed. So there are other options out there, but again, I guess many accountants are exploring other alternatives to advise their clients, be it crowdfunding or other areas such as OnDeck and Kabbage. But there are other options, and it's about being a trusted advisor from an accountant's perspective to help provide more insights to your clients. When we think about the cost of running a business, if you think of, say, London, for example, the typical office rent is about £1,500 per month, combined with an average salary of about just shy of £3,000 per month, and then the average bill is about £180. If we think about that money that was borrowed from friends and family, about £11,000, this seriously wouldn't last very long, less than 3 months. And this is even before starting to consider marketing, hiring, and expanding. When we look at cash from late payments, 20% of small businesses actually wait more than 2 months to get paid after the work is complete. And when we think about now with technology, there's no excuse here why payment can't be instant. Coupled with that, the compound effect is that nearly up to 10 hours per week is spent by small businesses chasing late payments. And the latest figures we've seen is just shy of £17 billion is still owed to small businesses in the UK. 17 billion. And this actually has been indicated that it's actually become worse over the last 12 months. Now let's consider the red tape. We just mentioned things like the digital tax account on the horizon, as well as auto-enrollment. How many of your small businesses are actually ready for this? This is where you need to help them. And then layer on top all of the needs of a social media activity, their Facebook, their Twitter accounts, their website, their e-commerce site. There's a lot of red tape and additional things that businesses need help with. So it's all of our duty, both accountants and technologists like ourselves at QuickBooks Online, to really do more to help our small businesses survive in providing them the best advice, support and technology available to them. It's interesting, we've called this our Small Business Survival Guide because on the next section, which we'll leave for you to look at, there is a list of 10 key questions that asking your small business clients should give you great insight as to whether they're on the right side of that 50% of those that will survive. Now it takes time to go through these questions, and that's exactly what QuickBooks Online will give you. Spend less time manually inputting and managing that data to actually analyzing that information and providing great value in advice back to your clients. Please take the time to look at these questions and do share them with your small business clients. Wish you all the best of success with QuickBooks Online and helping your small business clients survive and thrive. Many thanks for listening.